Hi, this is Jeremy. Welcome back to our Music Theory Fundamentals course. This is going to be Lesson 8. And before I went much further, I just don't feel like I've done a good job of clearly explaining what I am trying to get across to you about the octave. So in this lesson, I'm gonna do this little octave demonstration that I've put together. Just to remind you about the websites, you can go check out these websites. And I'm working in the Pure Data Audio programming environment, and it's free and open source, so you can go download it, install it on your computer. It works on Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever you use to compute with. And if I get up enough spunk, I will post this little document here so that you can try this out yourself. As we talk, I want you to focus here on this spectrum display. So remember, this is frequency and this is amplitude, and I've got the volume turned down right now, but you will what's going on is there are three individual frequency components for the sound that is playing, and so that's what you can see here. This is how their amplitude, or you might think of it how loud they're playing, and then these are the different frequencies at which they are sounding. Okay, and all of these three together, when I turn up the volume, it'll sound like one sound. So here we go. I'm going to turn this up. I want to make sure that you can hear it, so I might have to shout over a little bit, but I'm going to turn it up and hopefully that'll let you hear it. All right. So there's the initial sound. It's kind of low, kind of mellow. This is a sound that's playing at 100 hertz or 100 hertz. That's the fundamental frequency. The fundamental frequency is based on 100 hertz. Okay? I'm going to add three more partials, and you'll see them come up as I click on them. Okay? You can see this nice gentle slope down. That's very typical. As the higher you go in the frequencies in a partial, typically the quieter they are. Okay? So there's that. You can hear it sounds like one sound. Now I have another sound that is set up exactly like this initially. So when I turn it on, it'll probably distort this display a little bit. But what I'm going to do is then, let me turn down the volume here so I don't have to shout over it. So this is another sound at 100 hertz, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sweep the base frequency, the fundamental frequency, away from 100 hertz up. And so you'll be able to see the partials start pulling apart, and you'll hear the roughness that is associated with that. And I'm going to sweep it all the way up to 200 hertz, which would be an octave above this other frequency. And so you'll hear it get rough as the partials are close to each other, and then you'll hear it smooth out as they get further away. And then when it gets to the octave, you'll hear it lock in and be a very smooth or consonant sound as we talk, as we say. Okay, so let me turn this on. You can see it distorted the spectrum there, but once I start pulling it away, it won't. So let's turn up the volume again. Okay, and here I go. Okay, so that's just 2 hertz away, and you can start to see the peaks come apart, and you can hear it really rough. And it's called beating. We call that beating. The frequencies are beating against each other. You can hear it very rough and see they're very close together. This is called dissonant or out of tune. You can hear that wavering in the sound. Those are the different frequency partials interacting with each other. Okay, so you can hear it really rough, but it's getting to a more, as these come close together now, listen, and it'll get much more smooth. You just hear a little bit of wavering, otherwise it's very smooth, and you hear that wavering from the, I can't get the fundamentals exactly aligned, because it lies like at like 133 point something, and I don't have that set up to do that right now. All right, let's sweep some more. You can hear it getting very rough. Very rough. Starting to smooth out. And there, that's very smooth, comparatively. We're halfway up the octave. Okay, you can hear it's very rough. The partials are very close together. But listen, as I approach 200 hertz, which would be exactly 1 octave, these partials are going to come together, and it's going to sound more smooth than it has since we left 100. You can hear just a little bit of waver there. And there it is, completely locked in. And these upper partials sound much louder because they're overlaying each other and adding to each other. That's why they sound so loud up there. Okay, I'm going to do a quick sweep down, and then and that'll be it. Okay, so I hope that was a little bit more clear about what the octave does and why it's such an important interval. And again, I might try to get this posted to the web so you can play around and experiment with it too. All right, thanks very much.